Welcome to a brand new season of The Girls. We're excited to be back. We had to take a season off because of COVID, but now we worked out some social distancing. We have our masks and we have some awesome guests with us.
Yes, we do. We're real excited to get going. How about you?
I'm very excited to be back doing the things we normally would do.
Yeah, normal. Well, I don't know about you, and I know a lot of people watching. It came as a shock when you had to stay home. So you're like, okay, what can I do? In the beginning, everybody's like just trying to get adjusted. And then you started making different kinds of projects for yourself and lists for yourself. You're going to clean out your closets. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, long story short is, I started going through some of my old pictures and, you know, getting into some of the nooks and crannies in the house. And I came across this envelope that I'm going to have Lori read. And inside of it are little letters.
Oh, these
and
must be
they're
good.
not love letters from my husband, but they are very interesting. And
Are they
Jeannine,
letters from me and Sam?
You're gonna, here, I guess you should start reading this one. And
Are we gonna read all of them?
This will give you the test. Well, they're shorts, but it's definitely worth reading.
Here we go.
You go ahead.
Okay. Dear Santa, I'm sorry I did not believe you. I lost my head. I believe in you now because you're a saint. But that's not all. Jeannine Lesante.
You're a saint.
I hope you got what you wanted for Christmas that year. That's a good
I lost my head.
letter.
Speaking of what does she want for Christmas, read the letter to Santa of all the things she wanted.
Wow,
Dear Santa.
That's a long letter. Dear Santa, I would like dolls, earrings, necklace, makeup, things I would like, the stroller carriage, dog clothes.
Doll clothes, Cabbage Patch Kids, all that stuff.
Yeah, lots of great things.
Get down to the bottom.
Oh, Barbie, I'm sorry, but I also want a photograph book, a radio, a computer, and that's all. Well, Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas.
The list
Read
seems the
back.
same.
Read
Oh,
the
wait,
back.
there's one in the back. I
Just
love you,
2
Santa.
hearts.
You and me. How
hearts.
cute.
Then she put it in a homemade envelope, okay?
Aw.
A homemade envelope, but the envelope will kill you because she wants all those things from, read it, Picture Perfect.
Oh, yes, Mom owns a store. Her name is Debbie. This is her sticker.
Sticker from my store.
Well, see,
Their
you
address.
say you're not
Wait,
crafty. You were very crafty.
Read the back.
Oh, my name, Jeannine Lesante. She put her phone number, her address. She was in 4th grade. Nice.
I mean, I
and then
think
you're
I
a
was-
female.
Yeah,
Right.
she's a female.
Just so
all the
Santa
information
knows.
for him. And then she left this. Read that one.
Oh, this is what I made. Please give me a letter when you leave, okay? I really believe in you, even if my friends don't. Your friend, Jeannine.
Your friend,
Oh,
she
you made him.
Play-Doh.
Look at that. So
incredible.
crafty.
Listen, some things don't change. I want the same things and my craft skills are about the same.
This sweater was, I think, last year.
Yeah, they're all the same. So thank you, Santa.
Wait, and then little
Wait,
Sammy, Sammy had to put his 2
So-
little
cents in.
Sammy.
So
we're the
my
same
wonderful
age.
husband is very much a recycler. So he used some recycled paper and he
Ronald
wrote
Lesante.
from Mraz and Lesante says, to Santa from Sam Lesante, milk in fridge.
Short
And sweet.
He didn't ask for anything.
How about the heart?
He made a heart and he made a mistake and he wrote sorry, XOXO.
How about it?
Sammy.
So cute.
How about you
Well-
kids? I was rolling. I mean, this is some of the
The
stuff
things
I
she
love it.
found
Cross.
during, she was definitely very bored if she was digging and finding those. But I don't know about you, but the first 2 weeks of COVID, I was like throwing a party because you're never, you know, be careful what you wish for. We were home for 2 weeks and I loved it. And then after those 2 weeks, you know, what do you do after that,
Oh,
right?
I still love it.
But what do you do after that? Well, we do have some guests with us for this show and for an upcoming show. You actually form an awesome group, right?
That's right.
Who are we having on?
We have the Wine for Outstanding Women ladies with us today. MaryAnne and Lisa are here, so we're really excited to talk to them and learn about their group.
All right, so stay with us. We'll be right back here on The Girls. Whoop, whoop. We're back. Welcome back to The Girls. We are doing more shows now. We hope you are getting through COVID and finding things to do, staying positive, and that's what our show is about today. We have a group with us that started online, and it's called W.O.W. And as the shirt says, we're wine for outstanding women. And ladies, thanks for joining us. We have MaryAnne and Lisa on. We have several partners that created this group, but we want to welcome you on to The Girls as we get through COVID-19 and this pandemic.
Thanks for having us. We're excited.
Yes. Thank you so much for coming. My interest is, how did you come up with the idea for this group? Like, what happened? One day you were sitting around and just said, hey, let's start a group.
Well, right, I guess, around when COVID started, Lisa and I belonged to a group that was similar, but it was for the states of Delaware, Maryland, and Pennsylvania. And there was like thousands upon thousands of women in the group, and us in, especially Northeast PA, there was nobody in our area, so we were never getting wined or whatever they called it. So Lisa and I decided, let's start our own group local. So then we brought on Tina Sliktanshin and Maggie Nicewinder. They're also admins with us. So we decided to start our own wine group. Tina came up with the name W.O.W. And we put our heads together. We came up with rules and just things that we wanted to accomplish out of this to help get through this whole COVID thing and just to lift spirits.
So MaryAnne, what is W.O.W? Like we know it's a group for women who are outstanding, but what do you actually do with your group?
Okay, well, it is, first of all, it's a private group, so it's by invite only. You can't search us on Facebook because you won't find us. We have our settings set very private. So once you become a member, you'll put your name and address under, we have tabs. We have different groups for your city. So you'll put your name and your address. You can put like your wine preference. If you have any animals, you can mention you have a dog, cat. If you don't like wine, if you would prefer coolers, beer, or if you are not drinking any alcohol, we have a couple ladies in our group that don't drink alcohol, so then they will get wowed with maybe some soda or iced tea or
farmer's
coffee,
iced tea,
lemonade, coffee, right? So then what you do, so when you join, you go in the album. So I live in Mountaintop, so say I wanted to wow somebody in Cunningham, so I would look under the Cunningham group, and I would just pick a lady. I personally like to wow people I don't know, because I'm all about making new friends, and you know, you don't want to get caught, but you kind of do want to get caught. You know what I'm saying? You want it to be a surprise, but yet, I don't know, it's exciting. So you pick the name. So what you do then is, you don't have to be elaborate at all. At first we thought, you know, maybe a bottle of wine and a bag of snacks or something. But the girls were really getting into it, and before I know it, and they would always take a picture and send it to one of us admins to show us their basket and tell us who they were gonna wow, because we actually keep track. We keep spreadsheets galore. This is like a full-time job for us, because we want to make sure everybody at some point is going to get wowed. We just want it to be fair.
Okay, so getting wowed means that someone picks your name from the members, and they decide to make something for you based on your interest.
Right.
And then where do they drop it to your home?
Yeah, you leave it at their doorstep and you kind of run, because
you're wowing them. Do you leave a note? Do you leave a note that it's from the WOW group or whatever?
We have little. Some people will do cards. Some people really go all out. Or you could just put like a little note
You've
card.
been wowed.
Just saying that you've been wowed, because again, a lot of the ladies do belong to more than one group. So we already had this happen where a woman got wowed from our group, but she thought it was from this Dash group, and it got all mixed up. So yeah, we just say, you've been wowed.
It just identified, so that if I go to my doorstep and I see something there, and I'm like, I mean, who left this? Because I would be afraid to eat or drink or whatever.
Yeah.
But as long as I know it's from the group that I belong to, with the people that I want to join a group with, well, that's great.
Yeah.
And Lisa, the bigger picture of this is when you're talking to people and they're looking at, you know, a lot of people staying home and looking at your mental health. It's something that has really brought in some positivity to the whole staying home as much as I almost feel like we're sheltered, that we're just, there's not a lot of human
it's
connection
something to look
there.
forward to.
So what are some of the stories that you've told me about, some of these stories that have really helped people at home deal?
We had people that just went into a depression, not being able to work and, waiting to see if they were going to get unemployment, how they were going to make ends meet, and they just were super depressed, and we would just leave something on their doorstep for them, and when they'd open their door and they would see it, they'd be so excited, and they would post how happy we made them and we made their day, and
doesn't that make you feel so good yourself? It's just like there's nothing like giving something to somebody to lift their spirits.
I know a lot of people even verbalize it helped with their depression. It helped a few of them recovery. The recovering alcoholics in this group, actually, the support helped.
Just knowing somebody else is out there.
Right.
Showing some care and compassion.
And they do help one another. They're non-drinkers in our group. In the album with their name, it states that they're a non-drinker. They've come on our page and talked about their story and their recovery, and saying that we're here for you, we can help you, and talk to us. So it really is positive.
Loneliness is one of the worst things, I think, to be when people are in solitary confinement.
Yes.
And you hear some of the stories or read some of those books, you will go crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, you need that people interaction. And because we couldn't interact if we were a hugger or a kisser or something, I mean, now you have no contact. And the social distancing thing, but knowing, like Lori said, that someone was out there and somebody cared, and that they were just surprised.
Yeah.
Just surprised to know that somebody cared. It's just something great to lift their spirits.
How has the group grown since you started it?
We have grown.
How many members, Jeff?
641 members we have right
In
now.
how long? How long did it take you?
What is it, 3 months?
3 months.
Oh,
3 months.
3 months. And we literally put the group together. We talked about it
On a whim.
on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
And said,
Saturday.
this is going to start this weekend.
Yep.
And we literally just racked our brains for 3 days, and we had such a huge weekend, and so quickly we just grew. But yes, 641 members today.
Well, you have me. I just joined today.
I know.
Welcome. I did. I was invited by Jeannine.
Yes, I invited her, because
So,
again, the group is only on Facebook and it is very private, so you have to be invited into the group. And then there are all kinds of things that we're going to get into, the different themes that you do, but there are all kinds of nonprofits that you help. So talk about a little bit how you give back to the community, where this is really expanded to not just giving wine and wowing something at their house. It's more than that. It's about, as we said, providing comfort, providing some mental stability, providing something to look forward to, right?
Yes.
I mean, I know I was wowed, and I'll tell you a quick story. So I was invited the first time. I thought it was spam, so I didn't respond. The second time I accepted it, and I know I texted you and I said, hey, I'm a little uncomfortable giving my address. Is this legit? And we talked about that. And then it was a weekend, so I'd filled out the information, and then I ran to the liquor store because I was out of wine. And the person who was actually wowing me that day, she's like, I'm here to pick up your wine. I was like, I was so happy. And then another area.
You got wowed right there.
I got welled so quick. I had literally filled it out and then went to the liquor store, and I had to run other errands. So I kept looking on my ring to see if she was there, because I was so excited about this basket. You're like a little kid, I swear,
know,
because you don't know what's going to be in your basket. So it was nice. And for me, the theme was red, white, and blue, which is my favorite because it was for the 4th of July. But it was funny how ironic that I ran into the person that was actually going to...
Sit up a second. If you haven't noticed, she has wine earrings on. They're little wine goblets. I mean, that's how much she likes wine.
Love it.
Yeah.
So again, I went on a tangent there because I wanted to make sure I told this story about how I met this lady. And again, we're all wearing masks, so I'm trying to look at her. She's trying to look at me. And she's staring at me. And I said, am I in your way? And she's like, no. I'm here to get your wine for your basket, because we're in the same aisle, and I felt like I was in her way. So, but you guys help out nonprofit agencies.
Yeah.
and you've recently donated to the food pantry.
We did a food drive. We asked our members, we didn't tell them you can't wow for this whole week. We decided instead of wowing, put that couple of dollars towards non-perishables. We wanted to do a food drive to start helping some communities and organizations. The girls still did their wowing, but we got a tremendous response with all 4 of us admins. We put trash cans in front, clean ones, new ones, in front of our homes. We put like wow signs on them, and the girls would come and drop off the non-perishables, and we collected them for, I don't know,
About a week and a half.
Yeah, it was almost 2 weeks. We got a crazy amount. So then we delivered it to Catholic Social Services, last week?
Yes.
Last week.
Last Friday, I believe it was.
Great.
A lot of food. They were so very grateful. Yeah.
And they were in need. They really had a shortage.
Yeah.
A very big shortage.
Everybody's in a shortage because of the deliveries as well. So that's how when you go to
The
the grocery
girls did
store,
a phenomenal.
everything's-
The food that they donated was like mind-blowing. The girls we have in our group, I'm so proud of. We're so proud of this group because everybody's so giving and loving, and nobody's greedy. It's all about giving. And it started with just a simple basket of, a bottle of wine, maybe a bag of snacks, to you should see what they're putting in baskets.
We're going to
you
talk
should
more
see what I
about
got.
that. We'll talk more about that when we come back because we're going to take a quick break. Don't leave your TV. Watch these advertisers that are advertising and supporting us because it's through them we're able to come to you. So please watch the ads, support them. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to the girls. We're here with some WOW women. We are here with Lisa and MaryAnne from Wine for Outstanding Women. And girls, we were talking about the baskets and the different things that you've been doing. But I have a question for you. You were saying people drop them on your doorstep. I work at Community Services for Sight, and I've got folks who can't drive to get to places. So if somebody like that wanted to participate who can't drive, what's an option for them? Can they still join your group, and how would they do that?
Yeah, absolutely. We have a couple members that don't drive, and even some that do drive, they're doing WOW mail. So they might be picking up some lottery tickets, some scratch-offs, or one of our admins, Tina, actually will do Amazon gift cards, and she'll put them in. Yeah, and it's just like a little card saying you've been wowed, some scratch-offs, or really any, if you want to throw Dunkin' Donuts, Starbucks, or,
And is there a limit, like a price limit for the basket?
Absolutely not.
So anything that anyone can send to make someone's day
Absolutely.
is welcome. That's great.
Yeah.
You can always get a gift card even from a local business,
Sure.
here at the Laurel Mall.
We
You
try
can
to
get
always do
here.
that.
You can get one from Frankie's. I know they're really good with supporting the community. So if you want to pick a local business that you like to work with, you could stick that in the mail
Absolutely.
and be on your way.
Well, I'm a new member. I just joined. So now, what do I do next? When I go home, do I find an invitation? I've been
When
accepted?
you go home, you need to
What do I
find
do?
the album of the city you live in, your town, and put your name and address in there. Put your wine preference in there, because you never know when somebody's going to want to wow you.
Typically, when you join, it doesn't take very long to get wowed. Even though we have such a large group, usually within 2 weeks, sometimes the very day.
Sometimes you just slug
You just
out.
run into them.
Yes, and I know a lot of our girls that live in a small town, maybe they only have maybe 5 members in their group. So, and they're very active with wowing. So they're constantly looking, to see who's new in the albums. They scan them, and as soon as they find someone who's new, they're right out to wow them.
And then what would I do? Wait 1 second. That's to be wowed. But how would I wow someone then? Is there a list of people?
Yeah, you would go into the same album. Like, say you wanted to wow somebody in Hazelton.
Okay.
What we ask, part of the rules is once you've been wowed, we ask that you go back into your address where you put your name and address and add a wine glass. That tells us, the emoji, that tells us that you were wowed. So then, and it helps other members saying, okay, well, she was wowed. This one doesn't have a wine glass, so let's do her. That's how we're trying to keep track of who hasn't been wowed. It just makes it easier.
Right. Keep everybody involved.
And then once you're wowed, Are you done, or can you keep?
Oh, no.
So people keep wowing each other.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Right, and you can go through the list. Like maybe it's something you like to shop somewhere, and you see someone likes those items, right?
Yes.
So then you can wow them. It doesn't have
All
to
the time.
be in your hometown. It could be anywhere.
Anywhere.
Maybe you're going to yours is about an hour, 2 hours away. So maybe you're in Philadelphia and there's someone there that you want to wow. You can wow them too.
Yeah, we
Absolutely.
didn't go that far south yet, but we did expand up to Wilkes-Barre, Kingston.
Yeah.
Because at first we kept it really small, local, but then we've expanded. We're south is Tamaqua. I
Why
believe.
don't you start
Tamaqua,
accepting
Monterey
people
City.
from Hawaii so I could go wow somebody in Hawaii? I'll tell my husband,
Well, you
I
can
have
take
to.
me.
I just have to go. I want to go pick my pineapple.
Yes. Speaking of pineapples, we recently had a theme, and it was all about pineapples. The baskets were amazing that these girls made. Anything and everything pineapple you could ever think of. It was just great. Lots of
the
pineapple wine that
queen.
Yeah, Jeannine did a pineapple theme for me for, I believe it was my birthday.
Oh, this
and
birthday, you're
there
right.
were paper plates and stickers, and everything was, even a pot holder. There's
Yes.
absolutely everything in the shape of a pineapple.
Anything pineapple was in there,
Yeah.
and a pineapple.
Because I eat pineapple every day.
Every day.
So everybody
Every
who
day.
knows me knows I like pineapple. When I'm in the grocery store, they want to know if I'm having a luau because I'm buying 5 pineapples. I do. I have a luau every day.
Do you do new themes every week or every month? How do your themes work? Is there always a theme?
So what we were doing is when we first started, we were doing it weekly. If you didn't want to do the theme, you could do whatever you want. It's not mandatory. It's just fun. So we did that for a month, for 4 weeks, and we decided we were just going to go monthly now with the themes, give people a chance to just kind of do what they want. And each month we'll announce.
What's the newest one?
So the newest one,
Yeah.
I'm super excited
So
about
am
it.
Wow.
It's,
My age is showing.
back to the 80s. Actually, it's called Flashback to the 80s.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I was flashing back to the 80s earlier when you saw those letters because that's when Jeannine wrote them.
I love the 80s.
Me too.
So
80s
you
are
also
great.
have the T-shirts. How to talk about the merchandise that you have?
Yeah, so what we're trying to do, we're still working with the guy we chose to do our prints. So we're gonna sell t-shirts, and actually it's gonna be a whole line of product. He's gonna offer sweatshirts, t-shirts, tanks, crew necks, V-necks.
How about masks? Because we're into the masks.
We have masks.
We have WOW masks, the admins do, Tina bought them for us. But for the t-shirts, what we're gonna do is we're looking to sell them, and we already have members that said that they would purchase. That's how we try to get an idea of how many we're gonna need. And any profits, we have a list of charities that we're gonna start picking one at a time to donate money to. I know Candy's Place, I'm all about breast cancer for women. Candy's Place, American Red Cross, the domestic violence shelter. There was a lot.
Is
I
it a
think we
lot
talked
dealing
about
with women?
Lori's organization.
Yeah.
We talked
And the
about Lori.
vets, the veterans too.
Very nice.
And Lori's organization we talked about.
Yes, and yeah, definitely for the blind, yes. So we have a whole list of them, but we're waiting for these t-shirts to finish getting printed so we could start selling them.
Very good. Well, we gave everyone ideas. If you want to
Yes.
be a part of the group, they have to be invited, right?
They have to
Yes.
be invited.
Okay, so you're invited to the group.
Invite only.
Invite only, and then you make these baskets, and it's a good way to burst out of the COVID
And meet
blues.
friends.
Yeah,
Meet
meet
new
new
friends.
friends.
We've made lifelong friends now, like people that we didn't know, and
We're
we're
actually
talking
doing
to,
a meet and greet in September to any members that want to come.
provided COVID is behind us.
Yes, with social distancing, but we are going to have a little gathering so you can meet your wine fairy.
Very nice.
It'll be fun.
Well,
What a
I've
great
been
idea.
wowed. I've been wowed, and I can't wait to get started on mine. And I know a lot of people watching out there, you're sitting watching television and you're thinking, wow, this is something great that I want to do. You know, that's where the word came from, wow. So if you know someone in the group, ask them to invite you, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, and if you don't know anyone and you want to be invited, get in touch with us on the girls page and we'll make sure that you get an invitation. So I hope you enjoyed the show.
Thank you,
And as
girls.
always, we want to thank all of our sponsors and thank everybody for watching. Thank our girls for
Thank
coming.
you. Thank you for
sharing
having us.
these.
Thank
And,
you.
we're looking forward to seeing more things that you do and who you give your charitable gifts to. It's a great group. God bless you.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.